Good morning, Sophie.
We start with the headlines.
Air Mauritius opens doors to wider airline partnerships as Qatar Airways is tipped as a game changer for airline. Heavy swell warning in force until 10 a.m. this morning while rainy weather persists across certain parts of the island. Metro extension project to Apravasi Ghat at a standstill. In world news, Zelensky rejects Trump's proposal for territorial compromise with Russia. And in sports news, Mohamed Salah wins a third Premier League Player of the Year award. Mauritius is looking towards a new strategic partnership to reinforce its operational efficiency and extend its reach. The national airline, which already has code-share agreements with carriers such as Air France, Air India, Malaysia Airlines and Emirates, is now considering opening its doors to an even stronger partner. One name that has surfaced is Qatar Airways. The debate is not new. As far back as 2019, then opposition MP Reza Outim raised the issue in Parliament, with the former Prime Minister describing the matter as complex, given its strategic and diplomatic implications. However, the move comes with delicate considerations. Emirates, a direct competitor of Qatar Airways in the Middle East, has long been a privileged partner of Air Mauritius. Whether this represents an opening to new horizons or not, the future of Air Mauritius and its impact on the tourism sector now appears tied to a choice with far-reaching repercussions. A heavy swell warning is in force in Mauritius until 10 a.m. this morning. The meteorological services indicate that a wave from the east is currently influencing local weather, while a strong anticyclone to the south of the Mascarenes is bringing cold and windy conditions to our region. Throughout the morning, skies will remain cloudy with occasional showers. These rains, sometimes moderate, could lead to temporary water accumulation and fog patches over the high grounds. Authorities are urging caution along the seaside, especially in the lagoons of the east and the south, as well as on roads exposed to rain and fog. Also making news, the planned metro extension to the Apravasi Ghat site may never happen. First announced back in 2017, the project was meant to bring modern transport closer to the buffer zone of this UNESCO World Heritage Site. In February 2024, then Minister of Land Transport Alan Ganu had promised an imminent start to work, but more than a year later, the file seems to have stalled and its future looks compromised. And still in the buffer zone at the Intercontinental Slavery Museum, Deputy Prime Minister Paul Béranger declared yesterday afternoon that slaves, like indentured workers, were never sheep. He was speaking at an official launch of a week of activities organized by the museum under the theme Remembrance as a Means of Reparation. In his remarks, Paul Béranger recalls the numerous slave uprisings since the Dutch first arrived in Mauritius. He also revisited the resistance of French colonists who had refused to implement the abolition of slavery, decreed in 1794 during the French Revolution. And moving international, 1/5 of Ukraine remains under Russian occupation. That's the assessment shared at the White House during his meeting with Volodymyr Zelensky. Donald Trump presented a map highlighting in red the regions controlled by Moscow, claiming that a big chunk of the territory is taken. For the US president, it may be time to consider a territorial compromise with Vladimir Putin, even land swaps. But the proposal was firmly rejected by President Zelensky, who came armed with his own map, stressing that he is fighting for every occupied parcel. And finally, in sports, a new record for Mohamed Salah. The Egyptian forward has won his third Premier League Player of the Year award, presented by the Professional Footballers Association. The Liverpool striker played a crucial role in securing the Reds' 20th English League title this year, with a personal tally of 29 goals and 18 assists. In recent months, the 33-year-old has also scooped 2 other Player of the Year awards, one from the Football Writers Association and the other directly from the Premier League. That's all from me this morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. Stay tuned now to the Intermediate playlist and